anything else that comes along, being the Twins fan that he is. But anyway, what do you say when you come up here and you're 0-20? It's obviously been a rough couple of years, the last 2 years, but I think most people who either saw us play on film or played against us last year knows that we made some big improvements last year. Came a long ways. We had, at any one point, we had 11 out of 22 starting positions filled by sophomores last year. Makes it tough to win. You know what they say, every sophomore you start, you're going to lose a football game. So that's what we're dealing with. And out of 9 games, 5 games we had a lead, we're tied, or within a touchdown in the fourth quarter. So tough times. The biggest thing is we got to find a way to win. And I think our kids are still hungry to win. Just going through our kids right now, we've had a pretty steady summer. I think we're going to end up with around 45 coming in Monday, and a lot of returners, a lot of older kids, excuse me. I count several seniors here: DJ Ball, James Jackson, Kalen Thompson, DeMonte Taylor. Those 4 right there have seen significant playing time and full-time starters for us. Then you add Christian Moorline, David Ellis, Garrett Young, Matt Williams, and Deshaun Dunn. Deshaun's actually a first-year senior for us, so he's a new pickup. Those are some kids that we think will contribute for us. Offensively, we're not, offensively and defensively, we're not changing anything. We're going to be the same team that we have been. I think that's been one of the biggest problems is that Parsons hasn't been too consistent in anything that we've done. We're not changing a whole lot. We're bringing back 8 starters offensively. We lost 2 starters to graduation, and then we had an offensive lineman move out of district. So offensively, we're bringing back 8 starters up front. Josh Daniels, DJ Ball, and James Jackson. James is a returning second-team All-SEK pick for us. They were all full-time starters last year. Then we've got 4 kids that saw significant playing time that are all going to be vying for the other 2 spots up front. Running back Trey Nash is a returning starter. Actually, he's going to be a junior. He started every game last year and started several games as a true freshman. And then Matt Williams will be backing him up. He's didn't play last year. He's coming back this year. Good athlete. Will give us some good minutes. At quarterback, Wes Kroll, one of our coach's kids, is probably the top candidate at the quarterback spot. He started the last 3 or 4 games for us last year, was playing very well at the JV level and was making things happen when he got in at varsity. And about halfway through the season, it became apparent that we needed to make a change, so we did that. But he's got a sophomore behind him that's actually going to push him very hard. The 2 are actually Craig Beechner. They're really good friends. They work hard, and they both want to compete and do well. And between the 2, whoever starts, the other one's going to find a place on the field. But they're 2 competitors. If we had to start tomorrow, I'd say the nod would go to Wes, just because he's got the experience right now. Then obviously, you guys know, wide receivers where we're bringing back most of our talent. Tevin Johnson is a returning. He'll be a junior. He's a returning honorable mention All-SEK. Ivory Kelly and James Jackson out wide, all 3 of those guys out wide. Then we've got several guys that are going to step in and have a lot of quality snaps for us as well. Stephen Jones, DeMonte Taylor, we've got the 2 Murdoch twins, Dalton and Thatcher. Every one of those guys have seen significant snaps at the varsity level, so they're all going to contribute to us. Defensively, we're going to stay in our 3-5, and we're bringing back 9 starters defensively. We're losing Jordan Brin, who was a first-team All-SEK, and Terrell Johnson, who was a first-team All-SEK. Both of them signed at Fort Scott Community College. But up front, we bring back 2 full-time starters in James Jackson and Kalen Thompson, and Josh Daniels and DJ Ball also saw significant playing time. An inside linebacker, we started 3 sophomore inside linebackers last year. One of them we're going to move outside, But the two returners, Nick Ferraro and Matt Martinez, both did a great job for us last year. Matt especially, as the year went along, Matt became a very aggressive linebacker for us and did a lot of good things. And we've got some kids, Steve Jones and Joel Collins, I think are both going to push for that third spot inside. At outside linebacker, we're going to move Trey Nash outside. DeMonte Taylor started that backside outside linebacker for us last year, and he'll be there again. With the Murdoch twins, backing both of them up, and those two kids, if you guys that coach wrestling, you know who they are. They may not be a whole lot to them, but by God, they give you everything they got. They're great kids to coach. Then outside, Tevin Johnson, Ivory Kelly, and James Jackson again. If you haven't caught that, we have two James Jackson. James E. Jackson is the lineman, James C. Jackson, the receiver and D-back. But anyway, they'll all three be back, all three quality players. And obviously Wes and Craig will be fighting for a free safety spot too. Got a lot of skill kids. Biggest question for us is, are we going to be able to block anybody? I think this is a chance for our best offensive line that we've had since I've been here. Like I said, we'll bring back a lot of quality returning starters. We're looking forward to the season. Got a very tough schedule. Open up with Columbus, then we're at Iola, and then we're home against Lebec County, then Fort Scott, Southeast, Galena, and then we have a brutal district with Girard, then Chanute and Indy, 1 and 2 in our conference. Obviously, there is no such thing as an easy schedule in this conference, though. Looking around, I mean, it's tough. It's going to be brutal, but you know, our kids, they've still bought in. They still believe, and we really feel like that this is a year that we can turn a corner. We've told our kids, all along, we're no longer a young team. Told them that all summer. We're no longer a young team. Expectations are higher, and we expect you to give great effort and to produce all the time. And I think that's what we're going to see this year. So thanks again for having us, guys. We appreciate it, and good luck to you in the rest of your seasons.